What's up guys, welcome back for another DevPro Duel video. First of all, a happy Halloween, and I think this is a perfect time to finally feature a Ghostrick deck. And why not Ghostrick Monarchs? Both combine pretty well, also in combination with Unearthing it's pretty cool, but it's really slow, it's a very slow deck. Off to some duels. My first opponent is playing Ghostricks on his own, a regular version that is. I get to start duality into a chaos, I believe, and have a nice first turn already, setting the Yangshi, the warning and the mirror voice, I believe. That's the thing you want to do. You want to open with Yangshi, pretty much your searcher when it's flipped face up. So now I see that he's playing Ghostricks on its own. So I was expecting a Yangshi on his part, a Yangshi on this side of the field. So I flick my own Yangshi and I think I search out a Mary. That's most of the time the first thing I do, since Mary does, or at least can turn into another Yangshi if needed. So I banish his face down, not a Yangshi, although he activates a Mary on its own, which I need to warning, since he does have his field spell face up on the field to protect his face down Ghostrick monsters. So I do set a Lantern, I believe, as a mindset to tribute it next turn, and then Soul Exchange his face down monster. And I think he changed one of the Ghostrick's trap cards, although he did not read it very well. I think the Ghostrick trap card says your face down monsters cannot be targeted by spell or traps, I believe. Yeah, Soul Exchange has already been activated, so the monster is already targeted. So I can tribute it for the Monarch, and yeah, he just scoops it at the moment. Next, my opponent is playing agents, but not regular agents as we know it. Normal summons the Earth and searches out the Jupiter, so we can see, or at least assume, that he already has a Venus in his hand. And this was nice, he attacks into my face down the Yangshi, already get a search off. I believe I get to search out the Spectre from my deck, since I do have double Mary in hand. So my turn, duality and flip Yangshi face down and face up again to search out another Ghostrick from my deck. Then tribute it for the Stalos, with the mindset he probably has, yeah, the Venus in hand, the Hyperion in hand. Maybe I can discard those with the Stalos, obviously in hindsight, or at least after the match, seeing that I discarded the field spell. I think that was pretty much the worst card I could discard. But yeah, looking at my hand, I keep drawing into monsters. So I'm going to temporize the game, set another Yangshi, although I get, or at least I can only use Yangshi's effect once per turn. He only has a Jupiter on his side of the field, so he cannot get over one of, or at least one Yangshi, so he needs to special summon an Hyperion, which he does. So the bottoms is activated, although he has, I believe it's called Miraculous Decent, yeah, not expected. So he attacks over both my Yangshis, although I special summon both Spectres from my hand. Spectre can be special summoned if a Ghostrick monster is destroyed. And then at that same moment, when Spectre is special summoned in that way, I can at least draw one card, so that's pretty nice. Draw into two new cards. Mobius his field and attack over the Venus, and you see this, yeah, it's pretty hopeless. So yeah, pretty cool. The engine already working pretty decently. Next, my opponent is playing Spellbooks, and normally, since Ghostricks is a very slow deck, and Priestess is an excellent card against very slow decks, yeah, obviously Spellbooks is not a very good matchup. I set bottoms, I believe, and pass, since I do have a Mary in hand, so if he does damage I can special summon a Yangshi from my deck, and he does, so that's excellent. Already have a Yangshi face down for next turn. He has a field spell, so his field spell needs to get rid of the field. I draw into an Unearthing, so that's excellent. Flip Yangshi face up, so no fail or no warning. Activate Soul Exchange, maybe he has a Wisdom set, no Wisdom. So here I can keep my Yangshi, don't need to tribute it for the Chaos. Since, as I said before, the field spell needs to get out of the field, I don't want to give him an extra draw. So the field spell is banished. and Yangshi is put back face down for next turn. And also unearthing activates, so that was perfect. During his turn, he again secrets into a magician, I believe. Then now he realizes that my Yangshi needs to get rid of the field, so he's going to fade my face down Yangshi and end his turn, I believe. Again, I don't want to give him the opportunity to get an extra draw next turn with this field spell, so I tribute for Ryza. It's not a minus, since I do have, yeah, most of the time tributing a Monarch for another Monarch is not that great of a move. Although with unearthing, it's excellent, since I do get another Chaos Surge. He attacks. I think he knew I had a Mary in hand. Yeah, because I searched it out last, or at least a few turns ago, so it's strange that he attacked here. He should just sit on his Magician for a few turns and build up his advantage until he draws into a Priestess. But yeah, again, I don't want to give him the extra draw, so banish the field spell, attack into his face down Mirror Force. No problem. Again, I do have a Mary in hand, so again he decides to attack. It's a strange move, I don't know why he did that. So I think my third Yangshi is special summoned. Drawing to Spectre, so again an excellent, or an okay draw. Flip Yangshi, tribute for Destalos to hopefully mill something, or at least discard something nice from his hand, and at the same time activate Unearthing for Chaos, I believe. So attack over his Magician, and this should always be good game, since I do have a bottomless set, I believe, a prison set, so I don't think there's much that he can do. He does draw into a Torrential Tribute, but I think I reveal, yeah, MST and Warning. I decided to take Warning. I don't want to take MST, activate MST, and run into an MST on his own, for example, so I think Warning is a better choice, just in case he has Temperance or a Priestess, which can be a problem. So again, no reason to summon a Monarch, just sit on the Testals and yeah, attack for 2 times already, I think. He activates a Spellbook of Life to special summon a Magician from his grave, so that tells me that he's desperate, so why not Warning that? And as you see here, he's again scoops. So all in all, okay. Next, my opponent is playing Jurrac. Yeah, which is okay, because a few days ago I saw on YouTube a Jurrac deck ended up, or at least stopping our regionals, so I was like, okay, let's see what the deck can do. He opens up okay, he does have a Starlight Road set, which is strange, running Starlight Road in the current format. But this is excellent, so he normal summons this Jurrac, Guaiba attacks into his face down, or at least attack into my face down Yangshi, so I already get a search off. I believe I search out a Mary from my deck, so again, that's always, or at least that's always the first thing I want to do, search out a Mary, and if I do have a Mary in hand, search out either Lantern or Spectre. So activate Unearthing, tribute for Ryza to give me some nice advantage. And put him in a bad spot, so get at least send that Jurrac Guaiba back to the top of his deck and attack for 2/4. So if he does damage, I have Mary. I already have both Spectre and Lantern in hand, so that's already really nice. Or at least the engine has already been started. So as expected, he does have something to get rid of the Monarch. He already activates Lance. Why not activate it in damage step? So again, a strange move on his part. He does damage, and I special summoned Yangshi from my deck thanks to Mary. He makes a good move, goes into Dolka, so my thought process here was, okay, I'm going to activate Panic, since Panic flips over my face down defense position monsters, and for every Ghostrick monster that was flipped face up, I can put one monster from my opponent face down, although he has Lens to protect his Dolka. And then a sneaky move, set the Mirror Force and pass. He's obviously not expecting Mirror Force, and yeah, he's going to attack with both his monsters and immediately scoop as soon as I activate Mirror Force. So that's the reason why you run Mirror Force. Nobody expects it. Some people just forget that Mirror Force is still a card. Okay, next my opponent is playing Lightsworn. This is also a decent match. Meat Troopers. attacks over the Yangshi, so sad that the Yangshi only has 1800 defense. Although Yangshi search out a Mary, I believe, or it's a Lantern, and then special summon Spectre, so that provides already tribute fodder for Chaos for next turn, and on top of that gets me an extra draw. So during my turn, I tribute the Spectre from my side of the field to banish his Trooper, also activate on Earthing to search out the Ryza, and I was thinking not to attack because of course, but with double Mary in hand, I thought it wasn't that big of a deal. So I risk it, of course. He has the Gorse. Take 300 from the Gorse, attack over the Monarch, and then 2/4 from the token, then activate Mary to search out the Yangshi from my deck. So during my turn, I flip the Yangshi face up, search out the Ghostrick from my deck, and then Ryza back his Gorse. Maybe not that great of a move. You don't want to bounce back a Gorse, since that can bite you later in the game. And then set the Mirror Force. Obviously I was expecting another Lila, so I didn't expect to get off a Mirror Force against Lightsworns. I was also checking his graveyard just in case he has 4 or more Lightsworns for Judgment Dragon, and I think he has 3 different Lightsworns in his grave. Lila, Wolf, and Ryko. So the Lumina on the side of the field is his potentially 4th Lightsworn, so I cannot let it happen. My Yangshi is tribute for the Chaos, so the Lumina is banished. On Earthing searches out the Ryza and attack over his Lila, so you know he has a Gorse in hand and 2 unknown cards, so maybe a BLS or a JD. It top decks into another Lumina, so Lumina is activated, he discards a JD, so the chances are high that he has another JD in hand, but he makes a strange move. Put the Gorse back on top of the deck, brings back both Plagues, no Synchros, again strange. I don't know why it does not go for any Synchro, but yeah, I'm not complaining. So bounce back the dead Lila, since Lila can't do anything, and I think he still has the Black Luster in his deck, so I don't want to give him the opportunity to draw into Envoy. Then set a Lantern, I believe, as a potential tribute fodder for next turn to get 2 Monarchs to the field. Bottomless is Monk, since he's obviously going to attack my face down. And this should always be GG. Look at the card advantage. So both Monarchs set a warning. Here I didn't want to go for a Bouncer, it was a misclick. Obviously I wanted to go for Messier 7 to get back a Chaos, but it doesn't really matter though with the Bottomless set, I believe, or the warning. Then I think the last tool of the video, and I think this is obviously a Halloween special, so why not end the video with again my opponent playing Ghostricks. He gets to start, and again I see that he's playing Ghostricks, so again I was thinking, okay, it's probably he Yangshi face down, or maybe the zombie. So I set a Bottoms, I believe, and a Yangshi on my... No, I set the Panic and the Yangshi on my own, and luckily his first set wasn't the Yangshi, so due to his field spell, his house, he's able to attack directly, and I let it go through, not going to drop Mary. So now I know, now I at least know where his Yangshi is, so I flip up my own Yangshi, search out the Ghostrick from my deck, then Soul Exchange his face down Yangshi and tribute it for Mobius. So obviously I'm going to destroy the field spell, which is one of the best cards of the deck, and hopefully hit the Mirror Force, since we know he has a Mirror Force to pot of Duality. Sadly I miss and hit the Panic. He Dark Holes, not a big of a deal, since I can drop the Spectre to get an extra draw off, and at the same time provide tribute fodder for the top deck Testalos. So this is perfect. Testalos rips his Spectre from the hand, unearthing activates, search out another Ghostrick from my deck, and then attack, or at least try to attack over his monster, attack it to the Mirror Force. You know he had the Mirror Force, but I do have a Mary in hand, so if he does damage, some kind of damage, I can drop Mary and go from there. Again, start the engine with Yangshi. He again makes a strange move, go for the alien for no season. So flip Yangshi, search out a Spectre from my deck and tribute for Chaos. No reason to temporize the game and sit on a Yangshi for a few turns, since Unearthing provides advantage on its own with Ryza, or at least the switching between Chaos and Ryza. So again, this should always be game, again looking at the card advantages, and indeed my opponent scoops. So all in all, I think pretty decent duels. Off to the deck list. The main engine is of course Yangshi. It's your main searcher. Most of the time I search out Mary first, since she can turn into another Yangshi. After that it's either Spectre, which replaces a Ghostrick on the field and gives you an extra draw, or Lantern, which acts like a battle fader. 8 Monarchs should be enough in combination with Unearthing, it's fine. Triple Soul Exchange supports it really well. I prefer playing more back row instead of hand trap heavy versions like Multiple Failures, Maxi and Tragodias, since traps can protect your Yangshi more, and that's what I like. I don't play Dark Arm Dragon, even though it's searchable with Unearthing. The card is not working out for me. Other options that you can play as well are, for example, Mystic Piper and King Cabio with Blackluster Soldier, although the deck is packed as it is, so that's why I'm not playing those cards. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Guys, thanks for watching, happy Halloween, and feel free to leave a comment or a like if you enjoyed the video. Leakum signing out. Peace.